Get you something to write with. Get you something to write with. Get a book. Get you something to write with. There's pencils and everything over here. Get you something to write with. Something to write with. Challenge, sit next to your brother.
I know.
All right, it's another time for our financial literacy. Thank you for everybody for bringing their notebooks. Great job. So, what we're going to do, cut that off. Everybody got something to write with?
No.
Everybody got a pencil? All right, put the date on your paper. Somebody has a phone? Your phone is in charge? You got Google? Go get your phone. The date is the 1/26/2024, January 26th. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about paying attention to money. Paying attention to money. So I pay attention to money. Now we're gonna do a challenge. We're gonna do every denomination of money from a penny to $100 bill, and I can tell you who's on the money and if they're president or not. Because there people talk about their presidents, but actually that's not true. Because every person on money is not a president. So we're gonna do a challenge. What you're gonna do, you're gonna check, okay? Get to Google. All right, give me a coin.
Quarter.
It's George Washington is on the quarter. George Washington was a president.
Dime.
A dime is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I was challenged on that before. Franklin Delano Roosevelt's on a dime and he was a president. Check that. Check those two right quick, my brother. Say whose face is on a quarter.
Whose face is on the quarter? George Washington.
Write that down. George Washington face. Young man, get a book to write on or write with. George Washington face is on a quarter. Now you said a what? A dime? Whose face is on a dime? See, people spend money so fast that they don't even look at whose face is on it.
Whose face is on the Franklin D.
Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Say it loud. Who?
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Anybody else got a challenge? Let's go. Yes.
Okay.
A penny. Abraham Lincoln is on a penny, and yes, he was a president. Check that.
Whose face is on the penny?
Abraham Lincoln. I made it my point to, when they said they're presidents, I made it my point to figure out who was on each denomination of coins. I only got caught one time, one of my students, I said Harry S. Truman was on a dime. They looked it up, because I like when people cross-reference me, and they found it was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, so I owed 100 push-ups. But this time, so that's why I remember it. So anybody got another coin? What is it? Coin, dollar, whatever.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. That will be, you will be tested on in the future. It's all about paying attention to money. This is financial literacy. Sometimes you gotta look at your money instead of spending it so fast. How can I help you? Sometimes you gotta look at your money instead of spending it so fast. Anybody else got another one? Just you, Skylar? What's up?
Back the
Come on.
We do backs and fronts.
No, I said, well, whose face is on the money?
Oh.
Come on, who next? Anybody got another one?
Can you do like dollar bills?
You can do bills, but
$2 bill?
a $2 bill. Is there such thing as a $2 bill?
Yeah, I know that one.
Okay, the $2 bill is Thomas Jefferson. Check that.
What is it?
And he was a president. Write down Thomas Jefferson, people. Thomas Jefferson is on a $2 bill. Who's on a $2 bill?
What is the face on a $2 bill?
Louder. Take the answer louder.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson. Yes.
The $1 coin.
The $1 coin is Sacagawea. Sacagawea is an Indian. Excuse me. It's like a woman carrying a baby. The gold. The gold $1 coin. What does it say? What does it say? The gold. We talking about that one. That's the gold.
Thomas Jefferson.
No, that one is that one right there is that's Susan B. Anthony on that dollar bill, and that's Sacagawea on the gold $1 bill. So I mean, look at it. This is Mrs. Liberty, which is, what does that say? Actually, Sacagawea. That's who's on the gold dollar. Next. Take that away. Anybody, gentlemen, anybody else but Skyler? Y'all just gonna sit there? Yes, sir. $100 bill is Benjamin Franklin is on a $100 bill. And Benjamin Franklin was not a president. Who's on a $100 bill?
Who?
I can't hear you.
Franklin
Benjamin Franklin. Anybody else? Not Skyler. Okay, you. A $50 bill. Ulysses S. Grant. And not only is he a president, he was a general in the Civil War. Ulysses, that's U-L-Y-S-S-E-S, Ulysses S. Grant. He was a president and a general in the Civil War for the North. Next. Go ahead.
$5
$5 bill is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Anybody else got a question? Yes. A $20 bill is Andrew Jackson. And yes, he was a president. Ulysses Grant. Who's on the 20? You ready?
Ulysses Grant was on what?
A 50. Who's on the 20, right? Well, you gotta punch it in? Okay.
Hey.
Who is it? Andrew Jackson. Thank you. Who else? Yeah, anybody else?
Is there any other dollars?
Yes.
Yes, at $5.
Yep.
$10?
$10 bill is $10 bill is Alexander Hamilton.
We should give you a time and you could just get $5.
Alexander Hamilton. Yes, sir. How you doing? Who's on 10?
And he said we handle it.
Okay. Now, y'all good? Y'all coming in or what? Y'all just gonna play basketball? Grab a chair, have a seat. We're doing the financial literacy right now. So that was a challenge to let y'all know we have to be able to pay attention to the money without spending it. Then you didn't do the coins. You got a dime. We did the dime. We did the dime. We did what else is another coin? Quarter. What?
Half of $1, but it's a
50-cent piece. We got wait a minute, let me get this. We got John F. Kennedy is on a 50-cent piece, as well as the president that was the leader of the Allied forces, and he was a president in the 50s. I was just about to, I gotta switch my name.
$5.
Eisenhower. Who's on a 50-cent piece?
$5.
Half a dollar.
Half.
Who's that? Who's the name on his faces on it?
His name John.
John, is that what it say?
Yeah.
And who else? Anybody else? Does it say anything about Eisenhower? Okay, John F. Kennedy is on a 50-cent piece. Half dollar. All right, that's so we're going. Well,
Can you guess the? You have to guess the year.
I'm not gonna guess. I ain't gonna do
Well,
it.
you have to know the year.
Year of what?
So the person of above head of the $half is John F. Kennedy, our 35th president. He's been on the $half since what?
Since he was assassinated, what year
No,
after
you
he
have
assassinated?
to guess the year.
I don't know. We don't do the year. Young lady, can I help you?
You know the apple?
I don't know. You don't ask for me. You come in and see. Go and look and see. No. What you want to say? Can I have it? Yes. Now what you want to say? See you later. That's Diana Ross, the world famous Diana Ross, AKA Diana Ross. Now, what we're gonna do is move on. We're back to studying the ABCs of wealth. A book that was, pay attention, brother. A book that was written by my financial planner and my insurance lady. What we did, we went over the word asset. Can anybody tell me what an asset is? Yes, sir. Valuable or useful thing, exactly. It's also something you can use to say how much you're worth. Give me an example of an asset. Go ahead.
Like a truck. Like a truck is valuable.
Why would a truck be a valuable asset?
So you need to go places and for your job. So how you clean up houses. You didn't have your truck, how would you get around?
So a truck can make money.
Yes.
Okay, yes, sir.
Phone.
A phone is definitely an asset. How can I help you?
Can I get an apple?
Who are you? First, I don't even know you.
Liam's
Liam's brother?
Yes.
What's your name? Hear you. What's your name? Amila? Amina. We should have an apple there. You dance? Get you an apple. Nobody else can come in here and get an apple. Only reason you get an apple is because y'all related to one of our boxes. So what you say?
Thank you.
See you later. Young man, what's your problem? So, okay, well, next time we'll get some green ones. I know you like green ones. Don't worry about it. Next time we will get some green ones. Okay, asset. So, what was you about to say? You said a phone. A phone is a valuable asset. It makes money. And you can use it to make phone calls, look on the internet, especially these phones nowadays. Y'all blessed. Yes, sir. A computer is an asset. A computer is an asset. You do your homework and you can make money off of it. I'm going to move on now to a bank. Anybody tell what a bank is? B. B is bank. What's a bank?
A bank is where you can transfer your money and it's a savings account. And the reason how I know about it is because I had a brain copy about that.
The what?
I had a brain copy about it.
Oh, okay. You learned it here from when we read the book? Before you didn't brain pop anybody. So don't discount what we learned.
Well,
Thank you. Like I said, my bank, I use my bank account for paying bills. Say if I put deposit in the bank and I want to pay a bill at 2 o'clock in the morning. Young man, stop playing around. And I'm able to call and pay my bill through my debit card. I like it like that. But the bank, definitely you can use the bank to hold your money. You can use the bank to borrow money, which is something I don't like to do, but that's up to you. All right, next we went to cash flow. Anybody tell what cash flow is? Not you. Anybody tell what cash flow is? Anybody? Check your notes if you have to. I want to see if you wrote good notes. What's cash flow? Hey, what? Okay, cash flow. No, I want you to read it. Loud. Loud.
Cash flow is the movement of money in out of an account.
Read it right. I can't understand it. What you just say? What is cash flow?
The movement of money in and out of an account.
Okay, cash flow is the movement of money in and out of the account. Write that down. Cash flow, the movement of money in and out of an account. That's like having money in your cash app. You hold that book because we don't have other people read it. Have money in your cash app. Your money, you move your money from your cash app to your bank account. Or you move from your bank account to your cash app account. That's why spelling is important. Are you writing stuff down, Christian? That's why spelling is important, people. Read. Okay, pass the book to somebody else, because what we're going to do, we're going to read the next page. Pass to Skylar. Read it out loud. What's the letter?
D.
Can't hear you.
D.
The letter is D. Read what we have there.
Debit.
No, that's actually debt. Debt. It's like a debt. Debit would be a I after the B. That'd be debit. Go ahead. What's debt? We say debt. Go ahead.
Debt. Something typical money.
No, read it right.
Something typically money that is owned or
No,
due.
that's not owned.
Owed
Or,
or due.
now read it over again.
Debt. Something typical money.
No, read it right. Come on now.
Something typical.
No.
Something.
Slow, young lady, slow down. I know you're very intelligent. Slow down. She's gonna read it. Slow down.
Something typical money.
No. What does it say?
Typically.
Something typically.
Something typically money that is owned.
No, it's not owned. What is that
Owned.
word? Take your notes. What does it say?
Owned.
Owed or
Owed or due.
due. So debt is something, typically money that is owed or due. That means electric bill, something like that. Debt. If you borrow money from your young man, you pay attention? If you borrow money from a friend or borrow money from a family member, you owe. You owe them, or if a bill is due, they say you may call an electric company and say, well, you owe $200 and it's due on February 10th. You gotta make sure you pay it by or before February 10th. That's debt. Debt is something you want to get into. Debt is something what I want you people to never get is a student loan. When you go to college, do not get a student loan. What you should be doing now as a young person, most of y'all in here are like 15, 16 and under. You should be working to make sure your family does not pay for college. Do not take out a student loan. That is the biggest ripoff, one of the biggest ripoff of our culture in American history. All right, what did I say don't take out?
Student loan.
Student loan. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don't take out a student loan. Try your best not to do that. That's why I don't believe in loans anyway, because that's the D word. What's the D word?
Debt.
Can't hear you. What's the D word?
Debt.
Debt. You don't want to have debt. You don't want to have debt. You write this down, brother?
Yes.
You don't want to have debt. All right, pass the book to this young man right here. What's the next? We're going to the next one. It's E. Well, Makai can read if you want to. There we go. What? You should be following my words. You should already have it written down here. If you're having a problem with it, here's another book. Pass it on. Do not damage these books. They're priceless. Go ahead.
Expensive.
Louder.
Expensive. Something costs a lot more money than people.
All right, listen up. He said expensive. Something, it's the E. We're doing E. I can say it's the ABCs of wealth. We're doing E. Expensive. Something costs a lot more money than usual. Expensive. See that word right there, when you say expensive, sometimes things are worth spending it. Expensive. Say if you, just like me, I roller skate every Friday. I love roller skating and it's exercise for me. Keeps me healthy. Now my skates cost $850 when I bought them. And those aren't the top of the line skates. They got $1,200 skates. Now, I've seen everybody be like, wow, man, you spent all that on your skates? Yes, because I love skating, so it's not expensive to me. But it may be expensive to somebody else. Or somebody, you know, they pay, say you bought a watch, you spent 10 grand on a watch. This watch right here, I spent $100 on. I love it because Mickey Mouse, I like the way it looks, like the way it feels. But another watch like that, $10,000 watch would be expensive to me. So give me an example of something that's expensive, young man. A house can be expensive. You know, you can, wait a minute, you can buy a brand new house out in a nice neighborhood like Rosedale Park, Sherwood Forest, that could be very expensive. Wait a minute. Or you could buy a house that's tax foreclosed, that's just sitting there looking raggedy, but it's still your house. You bought it. You may have paid, say, $500 or $1,000 for the house. The other house you may have paid $100,000. That's in $200,000. That's somewhere else. That's expensive. So it depends on what you consider expensive. Okay, go ahead.
Clothes and shoes.
Clothes and shoes. Sometimes you may have some shoes. They got some Balenciagos that cost over $1,000. They're gym shoes. Then you got gym shoes that are, I paid what? $100 for these. These are Adidas. But they serve the same purpose. See, a lot of times people spend money on clothes because they want to be seen. Look at me, because they don't have high self-esteem. Look at me, look at my shoes. Look, man, I got Balenciagos. How much I paid for these? I paid $1,100 for those. Now I can look at you and say, dang, a man got some nice shoes. Well, I can look at you and say, you know what? You kind of silly. I wouldn't pay no $1,100 for no shoes. Unless I put them on and they walk for me. Look at my shoes, they walking for me. Look, I paid $1,100 and my shoes are walking for me. Or I can put my shoes on and stand there and they go that way without me walking. They just roll over that way. Some robot shoes. Mate, let's see how I'm standing. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, what you got?
Car.
A car can be expensive. A truck, let's say truck. You can have a used truck. I like Chevy because Chevrolet is the good made truck. You can buy a really expensive truck with all kind of stuff on it, all kind of pretty stuff, rims and all that kind of stuff. It can be expensive. Or you can pay $1,500 to $2,000 on a truck. Now you got people that have a nice, pretty truck with all these rims on it, and all they're doing is going to a job. But they want to look cute going to the job. So that's when a truck can be expensive. But if you had a truck, say you spend about $2,000, but wait a minute, but that truck is making you money. See, now the truck pays for itself, so it's not that expensive. Go ahead. No, you go next.
Tickets.
Tickets like what?
Concert.
Concert tickets or getting a ticket when you're driving bad?
Like concerts.
Concert tickets, yes, depends on who you're talking to. Sports tickets, just like right now. What would make we was able to what makes the Lions tickets so expensive now?
Because they're winning.
Because they're winning. When they were losing, you get the ticket for $20. Nah, don't dig in your nose, man. Give him a piece of paper towel. Give him a piece of paper towel so he can wipe his finger off or whatever. Let's go, brother. Hurry up. Get that. There, get a piece of paper towel. Get your hands off. So now that they sell tickets now for $400, standing room only because they're winning. Notice I said standing room only. So you're paying $400 for a ticket just to stand. You're not even sitting. That can be expensive. So let's move on. We got to understand that. So expensive. Something costs a lot more money than usual. All right, F. We're doing F. I need you to read F. Loud, though.
F. Free pay without cost or payment.
So say it again.
F. Free without cost or payment.
Now, it says free, the letter F. Now let's do something, let's do something that's very creative, thought-provoking. Give me something that's free. Go ahead. Next, give me something that's free.
Air.
Air? Air is free.
No.
Or oxygen.
Oxygen? Yeah, oxygen. But air isn't free. If you want to put air in your tire, I went to a air place, it was $2. So oxygen may be free. But when you think about it, to a person that has an asthma attack, air can be like, oh God, I wish I had this air. You know, give me something that's free. Go ahead.
Well, it's only free for kids, but it's not free for parents.
What?
Food for kids.
No, the food is not free.
Well, for kids, not.
But still, if you live in that house, they have to buy the food. The food isn't free. Even if you have food stamps, the food is not free. See, that's a hard thing to say. That's a hard thing to find. Something that's actually free. Because actually, when you really think about it, go ahead, Chandler.
People that want to give something for free just to be nice, or like for like birthdays and stuff.
Give. They're giving it, well, actually, a gift isn't free. How you doing now? A gift isn't, we're having financial literacy right now, you can have a seat. A gift isn't free because somebody had to buy it. Young man, pay attention.
I get you.
A gift isn't free because somebody had to buy it. Then you actually had to earn it. And listen up, a lot of times people give you something for you to do something for them later. It's a gimmick to it. They're not just giving you something. You see what I'm saying? It's for you to do something for them later. Or people do this. They may donate something to you, right? And most of the time, the only reason they donate to you so they can write it off on their taxes. But if they couldn't write it off, that means get money back from the government or whatever on taxes, they wouldn't even give it to you. Free is when you give strictly from the heart. Just like what I used to do, I used to donate blood. No, I didn't sell plasma. I donated my blood because I figured I would help somebody. Like they would take a pint of blood out of my wrist. If y'all gonna sit here, don't be playing on the phone. It's very disrespectful. I'm talking about these students right here. Now Frankie's where I'm at. I'm talking about these students right here. But anyway, I would give a pint of blood. So they would take a needle. You need a chair for that? There's a lot of them over there.
Yeah.
I would give a pint of blood from the kindness of my heart. Because I want the people who get sick or whatever to get blood. Like I said, I didn't sell plasma. I didn't go up to some blood bank because I was starving and hungry and broke and sold my blood. I didn't do that. But what I found out is when I was giving blood to the Red Cross, when I went to the hospital because I hurt myself or whatever, and I got an itemized bill, the hospital billed me $450 for my blood, my type of blood. So when you think somebody's giving something, somebody else is making money on the other end. So now I'm discouraged about giving my blood because if that's the case, I should shut out the middleman, go straight to the hospital and say, give me $450, which they won't do. See, so now I'm kind of discouraged, like, wow, I'm trying to do something to help somebody, but y'all are making money. Just like when you donate your car. You can donate your car, you think you're giving it for the free, but when it sit on the lot of the place that you donated to, they selling your car. And then they'll give you a discount if you have a bridge card or something like that, but they still selling your car. Or then you gave your car so you can get a tax write-off. See, a lot of times you think something is free, it's really not free. So that's something as we was doing the ABCs of wealth, you gotta think about. You gotta look at what's behind it for it to be free. Just like when it comes to food stamps and things like that. People, there's money in poverty, people. Money and poverty. You think, oh my God, we on food stamps, we struggling. No. They make sure you have food stamps so you can finance that grocery store down the street. That grocery store is in business. They'll take your food stamps all day long. They take your money, but they take your food stamps too. So it's money and poverty. All right, so next we did the F. Like I say,
Yeah, what food stamps is, not need to say bridge card.
Yeah. Well, I meant bridge card. Now it used to be food stamp. Now they switched the name to bridge card. Now they call it bridge card.
Yeah.
And they usually issue that to people who claim to be poor. And unfortunately, they used to give it to women and children, but who supposed to be poor or whatever. But they also give it to grown men, healthy grown men out here who claim to be poor. Which, if it was up to me, I'm just gonna be straight up and I don't care who thinks about it. I wouldn't give out any subsidy to anyone. Because it's not like you had a disease and babies just happened. No, you went out and made that baby, and I figured before you think about making that baby, you should think about how you're gonna pay for it. Period. Or don't do it. So I believe in this country, we should eliminate all forms of subsidy. Period. Then everybody will take things seriously out here when it comes to life. Next, we're gonna do the G, yes.
So when me and my dad was cleaning out our basement, to repair it, we found was it a coupon or a food stamp?
What are you talking about?
It was when we cleaned out the basement. We found this really old.
Oh, food stamp.
It was a food stamp, yeah. Well, but back in the day, they had little pieces of paper that you spend. They also had plastic coins. My grandma used to send me to the store with little plastic coins and all that. Yep, they had those too.
It was nice.
Yeah, okay, well, that's a historical thing. But now they got a bridge card. So now we're gonna go to the G's. Past the G, go ahead, brother. What's the G? Say it loud. G.
A bright yellowish.
No. First, say the letter.
G. A bright.
No. What's the G stand for?
Gold.
Can't hear you.
Gold.
All right.
A bright yellowish meal that.
Can't hear you.
A
Stand up and read loudly. Do like I do. A bright yellowish metal that has been highly valued by humans since ancient times. Ned, let's go.
A high.
No, first, what's the word?
G.
Okay, now what's the word?
Gold.
Okay, now read it loudly. Loud. Holler.
A bright.
No.
A bright yellowish meal that has been.
Yellowish what?
That has
A
been.
yellowish what?
Metal that has been highly valued by humans since ancient times.
Okay, gold. A bright yellowish metal that has been highly valued by humans since ancient times. A lot of people walk around, they got gold on their arms, gold on their neck and all that, make it look like they really got it going on. My daughter, she studies chemistry. Gold, anybody tell me on the periodic table, what is gold? What is gold? When you look at the periodic table of elements, what's gold?
That's the cup.
No, it's Ag. It's on my cup here, it's Ag. See, we have a periodic table shower curtain that we look at all the time. My daughter, you got gold, you got platinum. These are precious metals that people they spend money on, silver and things like that. So gold is a bright yellowish metal that has been highly valued by humans since ancient times. So gold, you can use it for money. You can use it to spend. You can use it as what's the A word? Asset, yes. All right. Now, the next letter we're going to, let's go. H.
H. Hedging, a way to reduce the risk of loss caused by stock market changes to keep more of a portfolio's value.
Hedging, a way to reduce the risk, the risk of loss caused by stock market changes to keep more of a portfolio's value. Now that's something we're gonna look into, hedging, because that's something I need to study myself. Hedging. So write that down. Hedging. Everybody write that down. That's homework. We're gonna look it up. Oh, young lady, you don't have something to write with.
Can you say it again?
Hedging. Hedging. Yeah. Here, help her out. Do not write in it. Put the date on there and put financial literacy. Write down here. Y'all need a book? And I know sometimes y'all look like, why are we learning this? Why is this important? It's very important. You need to learn about money young. You need to learn about how to save, how to spend, how to invest young. Just like I just did, that's what I just showed y'all earlier today, that I know the person's face on each denomination of coins and dollar bills all the way to $100. Take the time sometime and look at your money before you spend it. That's a part of paying attention. Just look at it before you spend it. Who is this person on this money? Who is this person on this coin? And look it up. Another thing that's valuable is rare coins. Sometimes what I do, I like to pick up pennies. It's funny how we got people out here who think a penny ain't worth nothing. So they'll be spending money on something, they be like, you keep them pennies. Pennies are, when they stop printing pennies, I'll stop collecting pennies. But a lot of times you can pick pennies up off the ground and you may find a penny that's worth a whole lot more than just a penny. That penny may be worth $100 because it may be a rare penny. It may be dated different. If you look at your money and you put your money on a table, listen to me people, and you have your coins, you got a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, 50-cent piece, and you line them all up. Which face is facing the opposite direction? Huh? A penny is facing the opposite direction of all the other coins. You think to yourself, why? Maybe because he was instrumental in so-called freeing the slaves. Who knows why it's backwards? But just think, you may find a penny that's facing the way everybody else is facing. Now that penny may be valuable if you pick it up. So don't let pennies sit on the ground. Don't let people, don't, when you go to a store and you buy something for 99 cents, listen up. Don't let them keep the penny. A lot of times they may get mad about it. But when a person gets mad and show you customer service, what do you do with your money?
Take it.
No, if somebody's showing you bad customer service,
Don't buy stuff.
you keep your money. What you say is, I'll take my money back. I'll just get my money back. That's what you do. You don't put up with bad customer service at all. If something costs 99 cents and they close the register without giving you a penny back, I always ask for a receipt anyway. Every time I make it a habit. I don't care if it's a quarter, I need a receipt. A lot of times they may have a problem. You know, they look at you like, you got nerve to be out for a receipt? Yeah, you got nerve to be taking a quarter from me. Give me my receipt. Or just give me a quarter back. I would rather get my money back than have spent money on somebody to mistreat me. Do y'all understand me?
Yes.
Because see, we always go out here and be like, you know what, I'll take the disrespect and still spend our money with people. I'm not giving you a quarter if you disrespect me. I'm not. Because what's the essence of good business? What?
Good customer service.
Not good customer service.
Great.
Great customer service. That's how your business booms. Great customer service. Great customer service. I mean, it's so great. Have you ever, could you imagine picking a rock up off the ground and selling it to somebody for $5? They actually got a thing called a pet rock back in the day.
Yeah.
They dressed the pet rock up and they actually sold it to people. It's called a pet rock. Now this is marketing for real. You talking about followers? I'm gonna show you what a pet rock looked like. I couldn't believe it. I was a kid. I was like, really? They even have it in big time stores like, you know Macy's.
Yes.
Hudson's was Macy's back then.
Yeah.
They had the pet rock in like a Macy's. Let me show you what it looked like. Which goes to show you anything could be sold if you do what? If you sell it. Then you give good customer service by it. When they're ready to buy it, no problem. You package it all good. And you sell it. So if they can sell a pet rock and call it pet, here you go. Look how they packaged it. Look how they packaged it.
He needed to come in and set up two accounts for his children. Their mother had passed.
So you can always
He's like,
see, so
"My
that y'all
wife has
see
always done all
a
of
pet
that."
rock.
I didn't know what my bills were being paid. I didn't know anything. Luckily, it's here to help us out. I'm Bobby, this is my banker, Sierra. Hey, Michigan, not everyone's following our hands-free driving law.
You can't do it.
I'm gonna miss out somebody else.
Nope, not allowed.
I'm skipping it now, I'm trying to.
What if they have to, skip?
Here you go, listen up.
For all of you who thought the fidget spinner fad was dumb, just wait till I tell you about the pet rock. Before recently, I had only heard the term pet rock, but had no idea what it was. When I heard the words, I would theorize what it might be, but the name doesn't reveal much. Let's break down the words. Pet, which we know as being like a cat or dog, and then rock, which we know as being a rock. I thought maybe you paint the rock or glue ice to it and then pretend it's your pet, but that didn't make much sense. I couldn't really think of any way to combine those two words into something that made much sense. But I
This
was
will come
wrong
up
when
when
I
you gotta
said the
write it
name
down.
didn't reveal much. It describes it perfectly. The pet.
See how it looks, this box contains read this. This box contains one genuine pedigreed pet rock. Now, when you have a dog that's a pedigree, what does that mean? That the dog comes from a good line, he's raised, he got paperwork and all that. So they got nerve to tell you it's a pedigree pet rock. Important. Open box carefully. Do not remove rock before reading instructions. It's just a rock. Maybe it's something.
Rock is something that's so silly, I skipped right over the actual meaning of the term when trying to figure it out. It's a rock that's meant to be your pet, and that's it. If you were to go to the store and buy a pet rock, you would leave with 4 things: a cardboard carrying case, some wood shavings, a manual of how to take care of it, and a rock. So the presentation was meant to make it seem like a legitimate pet. The man responsible for creating this wonderful product was Gary Dahl. He was sitting in a bar one night
What's his
and
name?
Gary Dahl.
Write that down. Gary Dahl invented, I don't like to say create because only God can create. He invented the pet rock. Gary Dahl, that's capital G-A-R-Y.
had the idea, and
D-A.
the man responsible for creating this wonderful product was Gary Dahl. He was sitting in a bar one night and had the idea, and soon turned the idea into a reality. He bought a bunch of rocks for about a penny each, some materials for packaging, and made the manual to go with it. In the second half of 1975, the pet rock was on the shelves. The price tag was $4, and people were standing in line to buy.
How much is the pet rock?
$4.
$4. Write it down. Pet rock is $4. Now, he actually got it in the stores. He actually walked up to somebody and said, "How you like this idea? It's a rock. I'm gonna put it in the box. I'll put some wood shavings with it, and I'm gonna put a manual."